Hey buddy, it's for New Star, and this is the episode where we finally export our test game from our computer onto our Android device. Now, like I said, there's two ways of doing this. It's it's a minor fork in the road between 2 points, but let's just get straight to that. So I have everything done, and you might want to just run layout to check that it actually does work. I don't need to do that since I already know how it's gonna run. Um, so this is it. I always open up the first page or first layout of my game, so I know it runs from that point on. It's just how I work things. So we're going to go to our export, and then we're going to go into Intel XDK. To have this, you actually need to have a third-party XDK program. So you go into Google or whatever and you type in XDK, and it will actually install something like this. Okay, so you need to find Intel XDK, download it, install it, and you should be good to go. Okay, we have this Intel XDK, so I chose the platform, new Intel XDK project, so it would, I mean, you could probably do anything else also, but I chose that so it could also run smoothly, so it's like, oh, part A goes to part B goes to part C, so it's all very smoothly, like a puzzle piece goes into the other quite easily. So I'm going to choose my platform, which is Intel XDK. I'm going to say not new project, but test project. And if you have Java SDK or something like that, you could actually minify the script. I thought I had it, but apparently I have an older version and not the newest version. So I need to update this part. So you just leave that alone, leave these alone. And so when we say next, it says, okay, using app game interfaces for rendering will help your game run significantly faster. However, it only supports subsets of Construct 2's functionality. See help for more information. Here's the thing. If you use phone browser, you can use everything in Construct 2, but it may not run as smoothly. If you have the latest Android device, it will most likely run fairly smooth. If you use app game interfaces, it will run actually quite smoothly, but it won't support fonts and some other objects. So you have to work around that. I'm going to show you two ways. I'm first going to show you using the phone browser. And this is another reason why I want to do that little the thumb pad as a plus symbol, whatever. So sometimes when you move the joystick, it gets kind of herky-jerky. I mean, it works great, but sometimes the animations are a little choppy. If you're running it on the older devices, if you don't run through so many animations or you don't have that many animations on one screen, you should be actually pretty much fine. It should work still pretty much all the same. Except, you're going to run probably a little bit smoother, though you hardly notice it unless you got like a million billion things on one screen. So I'm going to use phone browser. I'm going to say export, and then it's going to export it. And then once we go from here, we're actually going to move into the XDK, and then from XDK, we're going to click on some options on how we want it to work and what we want in it. And then from there, we're going to just export it and then tell XDK to email us when it's done building the project. So that's launch. We don't want to launch it. I'm just going to do a search. XDK. Intel XDK. Okay, project setup. I'm going to set up a whole new project. So, new project. So what we're going to do now is we're actually going to say import an existing app. Browse. Test project. Okay. Now we need to name it. I'm going to name it test project. Create. Importing. This is to go through congratulations, you created a project. You don't actually need to do this. I would actually go through it once to figure out, what is an XDK, but it's actually quite simple. So I'm going to say no thanks. So we have this project, and it has all this code. You can actually test it out and all that stuff. Sync, they've actually updated it quite a bit since I had it about a year and a half ago. It actually didn't work that great. It was actually worse than PhoneGap about a year and a half ago, and they've updated it quite a bit. So Cordovia doesn't work that great for these. I have no idea why. They say it runs smoother, but for me it doesn't. So Crosswalk for Android, haven't gotten this up to working order yet. I have no idea why it won't work. They say it will run quite smoothly, and I've seen demos that explain, and I followed them, and for some reason it probably is an error on my fault. But for right now, we're going to use Android, and this actually works pretty much 100% of the time. So we're going to do build. It's uploading your file to the Intel XDK server, and this is totally all free. So now what it's checkmarked everything, but I'm going to go through everything real quick. So app details, the name, things that you want in it. Automatically says, yeah, we're not using a camera. This app does not stream audio. No, we're not using in-app billing. It supports phone and tablet. You can't really edit that. Operating system 4.2. Minimum is a 2.3. This is for Android. In selecting codebase, our currently fully tested publicly available codebase contains complete source for Intel APIs. And the thing what we need is direct canvas support. So that's why I say this is why we have to run the gold, lean, and then lean with app game interface. I haven't fully tested it with these two. When I did test it a while back, they were even worse than this, the gold. So I'm running the gold because we do need direct canvas support. And the gold has it, and the lean, even lesser lean, don't have it. So make sure you have gold. Go to the next step. And then these are the Android launch icons and smartphone icons. You could create them quite easily and then just put them in. It's 96 width, 96 height, and tablet splash screen and smartphone splash screen. Application orientation, landscape. So next step. I'm not even going to mess with these, but you can. It says plugins, but we don't have any. These are if you post your game to a Facebook, but we're not doing that. Push messaging, no, we're not doing that. Now we're done all that. Now what we're going to do is build the app. And then this is what it's going to do for a while, actually. It's going to just spin around, spin around, spin around, and then I'll get back to you when we're actually putting the game onto the Android device. So I'll see you in a little bit. Hey buddy, now this is the part where it was done. You can tell it to email it to you. do so is so much easier than just directly downloading because it takes forever. So you tell it to email to you, you write your email in, and about 30 seconds later it emails you, and then you download from there, and it's so much quicker. And then you drag to your desktop, and then from desktop, this is our file right here. I believe so. Sorted by. Here. Well, let's see, it's 424. Yeah, this one was ours. I'm gonna delete that one. So this is our latest one. Now I'm going to basically all I did was I plugged in my Android device through USB, and then I accessed it. I went into its external card. So right here, I set it as a portable media player to be recognized as such. And then I just clicked the card, and then I have my test game right there. So next time you see, actually in a couple seconds, you're gonna see me installing it and then playing it. So see you in about 5 seconds. So I was just checking, make sure my brightness was setting. So I'm going to go to my files. So this is my files, and hopefully guys you know how to access those. We're going to go to external card, and we're going to see a Intel icon. We're going to click on that, install package. Once it's done, we're going to open. And it says showing the HTML flash, whatever, because I did not replace them with my own, else you would do that. And there's a loading icon. Just play. Now there's a way to make this bigger. I did not select that. And there we go. As you can see, we are having some glitchy issues, and this is the fact that I've probably gone way past the marker of let's delete all those, and I'm gonna open it up directly. Oh, there we go. Sometimes you will have to actually play around with maybe, I don't know, there's like a million ways to fix the issues. Already one way to fix it was just to reopen it. Another issue is probably we're running too many sprites on the screen. Again, XDK is not the best. Cocoon.js is so far the best that I've seen. Let's go to apps, Intel test. Now this is an older test. I believe works a lot better. So there's our loading screen. There's our play button, play. And we still have the whole counting thing. Sometimes if you again, this is a lot of test and play a bunch of times to make sure it works. So delete that. I'm gonna go back to the other one. Oops, that's the weather. That's the loading. And if you do the other way that I told you guys, then it works a little bit better. Alright, we're doing some things. You gotta swipe. You can't just... So, it's already working quite a bit better. I think my battery's just low, and so it's slow. So we're out of ammo. We're actually moving a whole lot better. Let's do some of the effects. There we go. I think what's taking up a lot of processing power is that I have this huge canvas, and it's drawing so much power. So if I had it like a smaller room, remember this room's huge, so if we go all the way down, you see this room is huge, so I would actually make the room smaller, guys. But as you can see, we just tried it a couple times. I think it was just some internal bug fixing that it was doing. But as you can see, it's moving quite smoothly. And it's just the one that we just did. Hopefully you guys can see that. Well, can see it. Again, actually, what would actually make it faster is if we replace this whole movement thing with an actual D-pad, like from the Game Boy, and I actually have a sprite, and I'm gonna actually upload it and redo this part of the tutorial, guys, because then you're just touching each icon. You're not flicking a draw pad around. But this has actually been improved. You just probably have to play around with it a little bit to get it to run smoothly. But as you can see, guys, we're getting a guide to move very quickly all around. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. There were some bug issues. Again, we just put this together quite quickly, and this is our first try. Remember, this is part 1 of us, not part 1 of the tutorial, but part 1 of us actually putting it to an Android device. But we are going to be doing some bug testing. I'm going to replace this part, replace some of the buggy items, and then get it to run, because it's actually running quite smoothly now. I just need to fix some of the quick bugs. But it's worked. You just need to not just reopen it, because it's in a open it quite freshly and it's going to be kind of buggy. You need to close everything and then just open it up from the apps. So like delete all that. So basically go to your apps, go to the actual file, start it up, and this will start it up freshly. So it's like like when you install a game, you have the option to just basically open it from there. Normally you don't want to do that. You just want to close it and then open it from start, so it knows, oh, it's a fresh movement. And again, guys, this is without the enhancements. Remember I said there's a couple of other There was another way on what do you call it? What do you call it? Um, on exporting, there was a enhanced way of exporting it, and it would increase speed by about 25%. I kind of suggest that. Again, they'll be actually updating this over the summer, so this should actually work a whole lot better. So just keep your projects, but just export it using the safer route. But it actually runs pretty smooth, better than it did about a year ago. So hopefully, you guys, you enjoyed this part and get ready for the next part where we do some optimization, and then at that point, I will be optimizing it for the exporting it the 25% faster way when next time when we export it to Android, and then see how it runs then. Okay, guys. Till then, just submit your questions, hit the like button, and post comments, and have fun porting it to Android, guys. Bye.